The famous figure skating coach Svetlana Sokolovskaya was congratulated by her group on her birthday. The pupils wished the specialist good health, endless patience and grateful students. It is worth noting that there is no Alexandra Trusova in the general photo. Happy birthday to our dear, beloved, honored and golden Svetlana Vladimirovna. Our guiding star through patience and work to victories and success. Good health, endless patience, grateful students and new victories together with your wonderful team, the message says. Trusova moved to Sokolovskaya not so long ago. Before that, she worked in the group of Atari Tutberids, but then the training process ceased to suit the athlete. Beijing 2022 Olympic champion Anna Shcherbakova told how she was influenced by the work of the host in the Ice Age show. How was the shooting? The first broadcast recordings were difficult and exciting for me. I had no idea what was required of me, what was waiting for me. It took some time to adapt, but then I worked on the mistakes, tried to improve, and in some ways I definitely became better. In the Ice Age, many participants opened up for you from an unexpected side. How has the show affected you personally? Maybe I've become more open. To be a leader is not just to go on the ice and skate a program. After all, I need to communicate, start a dialogue with people with whom I am unfamiliar. This is unusual for me. In my life I never do this. I am a rather closed, not very sociable person. Ice Age helped me loosen up a bit. Did you ever want to become a member yourself, looking, for example, at Evgenia Medvedeva or Elena Ilinik? I was offered to participate, but now I'm definitely not mentally ready for this. I understood this even before the project, because I was used to trusting only myself on the ice. I can't ride in a pair and trust another person yet. I always look with bated breath at the performances of couples, even professional ones. When a support girl is at a high altitude above the ice, I want her to be put back as quickly as possible. Every time it is very exciting to watch your performances on TV, and the thought always slips, what is it like for you there, under the eyes of cameras, under the gaze of judges, under pressure from the public? Perhaps, for those who watch broadcasts of even major competitions, it seems that we are still children. But after all, the person you see on the screen, whether he is 15, 17 or 18 years old, got on the ice for the first time at 3 years old. And he began to compete at the age of 5 to 6 years. Responsibility grows gradually, and over time, it becomes easier to cope with excitement. Competitions such as the World Championships or the Olympics did not fall out of nowhere. We took small steps forward, while learning to overcome fears. On the ice, we are not young girls and boys, but professionals in our field with a lot of experience and knowledge. And what qualities do you need to have in order to become professionals in figure skating? Of course, this is primarily diligence and performance in training. This is the first paragraph, in capital letters. You also need to have, if not talent, then certainly abilities for a particular sport. Body structure and coordination are important. But these are the data that, even in childhood, give an understanding of who is better at what, where it is easier to grasp. Yes, and the ability to cope with excitement, self-control is also. Medals are awarded only at competitions, so it is important to show the best result at the right time. You live in a certain regime, but can you afford to get out of it? And how do you get back to it? In general, any person exists in some mode. Education, activities, hobbies. Specifically, my regimen has long been associated with daily workouts from morning to evening. Now one half of my schedule is training, the other half is filming, events, new projects. Do you feel organically in the secular part of your life? I'm still getting used to it. The more filming and exits, the better I feel there, but, to be honest, I feel more comfortable on the ice. I've been skating since the age of 3, but I spent much less time on the set. What does your typical day consist of now? One day is not the same for me now. I'm used to everything being scheduled a year in advance, daily workouts at the same time. Warm-up, ice, hitch, study. All. And now for me, a person who is used to doing everything according to a schedule, it's a little unusual. I open the plan for the week, and at different times I have completely unrelated things to do. Are there moments when you can afford to distract from the sport of competition, training, and just relax? After training, I rest on the set, and after filming, in training. That's how we live. The World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, will not comment on the situation around the doping case of the Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva until the completion of the proceedings. Proceedings in this case are ongoing, so we will not comment. The WADA representative answered the question of whether the agency had decided on an arbitrator to hear the athlete's case. Earlier, WADA called for a 4-year ban on Valieva for an anti-doping rule violation, referring her case to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CS. Later, 3 arbitrators will be appointed, one of them will be proposed by WADA, the second by the Russian Anti-Doping Agency, REFUSED, together with Valieva, the third, as chairman, by the CAS Appeals Division. The choreographer of the Atari Tutburids group, Alexei Zelinikov, shared his expectations from the performance of figure skater Anastasia Zinina at the Russian Championship in Krasnoyarsk, and also shared his opinion about the change of coaches. I worked with Nastia Zinina and continue to work. When she first started coming to my studio, I immediately noticed her tenacity. If she doesn't succeed in something, she will sharpen it until she does it. It showed up in dancing. But at the same time, this is a trait of her character, which means that it manifests itself in everyone. The same thing happens on ice. Of course, she is a talented girl. The combination of talent and perseverance pays off. Does Zinina often change coaches? You know, every situation is different. Somewhere the parents did not find a common language with the coach, somewhere the skater did not get along with the specialist. I don't like it when an athlete jumps in different coaching groups. But when he does not run away, as some girls did in the case of Atari Georgievna, but normally says goodbye to the coach, realizing that he cannot make progress, I understand this very well. The transition must be beautiful. If Nastia found her coaches, in this case very good guys, a married couple Alexei and Yulia Vasilevsky, then she will no longer run in other groups. Can she get into the top 5 of the Russian championship? I don't want to croak, but it's quite possible. Nastia is a worthy nominee for the top 5 due to her talent, perseverance and hard work. I only wish her success. And I don't want to jinx the girl. I love all my students. Of course, my main story is the team of Atari Tutburids. This is my family, my people. Therefore, I am rooting, first of all, for our girls. But many athletes train with me, so I also worry about them. I want them to do well too. And Nastia, of course, is no exception, said Zelinikov.